Have you ever had a memory so sharp it cut, yet so faint you weren't sure if it was even yours? That moment between sleep and waking, where a smell or sound feels familiar but wrong, like your mind is trying to protect you from something you once knew too well? That's how it started for Evelyn Dorn. She was alone in her apartment when the letter arrived. No return address, just her name in tight black script. She almost threw it away, thinking it was junk. But something about the handwriting pulled at her chest. It reminded her of nothing she could name, and yet it made her hands tremble. Inside a single page. Evelyn Alora Dorn, you are the last blood. The estate is yours. Come to Wymore House before the next full moon. There will be trials. They are not optional. Pass and everything is yours. Fail and you'll forget this ever happened. She read it 3 times. Her last name was Dorn, but she'd never heard of Wymore, and her parents never spoke of extended family. Her mother died when she was 10. Her father drank himself numb 2 years later. No aunts, no uncles, no one. Yet she went. Something in her had to know. The drive took her 5 hours into the heart of Maine, through winding forest roads that didn't show up on GPS. At the end of a gravel path stood a mansion half swallowed by the woods. Wymore. Moss climbed its brick walls. The windows were dark, but the door opened before she could knock. An old woman stood inside. Her face was lined, her eyes colorless. "You're late," she said. "The house remembers." Evelyn stepped in. The air inside smelled of dust and something older, books maybe, or earth. She didn't ask who the woman was. She just followed. The woman led her to a circular room. The walls were stone, lined with mirrors, tall, thin, and warped. At the center, a single chair. "Sit," the woman said. "The first trial is memory." Evelyn sat. The lights dimmed, and one of the mirrors shimmered like water. An image formed, her 6th birthday. She was blowing out candles, but something was wrong. Her mother was missing from the scene. In her place stood a woman Evelyn didn't know, smiling as if she belonged. "That didn't happen," Evelyn whispered. "Didn't it?" The mirror whispered back, though no one was in the room. Another mirror lit up. Evelyn at 15, walking home from school. A man in a gray coat watched her from a distance. Same place every day. She'd forgotten that until now. The old woman's voice echoed, "Each mirror shows what was taken from you. You must remember what was real. You must know what they erased." More images came. Some she remembered, most she didn't. A cabin in the woods where she played as a toddler. A necklace she used to wear. Her mother screaming in a language Evelyn didn't understand. A pale man with black eyes watching from the woods. She screamed and clutched her head. It hurt to remember. The woman gave her no comfort, only instructions. "There are 4 trials, each opens a door. After the 4th, you may choose." "Choose what?" Evelyn gasped. "To inherit or to forget." She didn't sleep that night. The room they gave her had no clock, no windows. Time moved strange in Wymore. When she woke, if she'd even slept, the 2nd trial had already begun. This one was different. She stood in a library. Thousands of books, but everyone bore her family's crest, an owl over a moon. She was told to find the book of truth. No hint, no title, just truth. She opened books at random. Some were diary, some were records of births, deaths. One detailed a fire in 1842 that killed 6 people, all Dornians. Another described a woman named Erla Dorn who was hanged for witchcraft. Evelyn read her confession. "We do not curse, we remember, and memory is what breaks the soul." The words felt burned into her skin. She finally found the book when her fingers bled from turning pages. No title, just blank leather. Inside, her own handwriting, a letter she never wrote. "To whoever I become, I hope you forgive us. The curse isn't death, it's knowing too much. Our family remembers for too long. Every pain, every death, every horror, we carry it. We had to protect you. We made you forget. But now you're of age. Now you must choose." The 3rd trial wasn't a puzzle, it was a funeral. They made her attend a burial, alone. The coffin was unmarked. The air was thick and cold. The headstone read, "She chose to remember." Evelyn wept, not because she knew who was buried there, but because a part of her did. When she returned to the house, the old woman looked at her with something like pity. "One trial remains." "I don't want it," Evelyn said. "I want to go." "You can't. Not yet." "Why me? Why any of this?" "Because you're the last, and we've all remembered for you." That night, Evelyn dreamed of flames, her body walking into fire, her voice screaming someone else's name. She woke up gasping, clutching a key she didn't remember taking. The door across the hall, the one that had been locked since she arrived, was now open. The final trial had begun. The key trembled in Evelyn's hand. It was small and silver, cold as bone. The open door across the hall waited in silence, and something behind it pulsed, not with light or sound, but with the weight of something watching. She stepped inside. The room was nothing like the rest of Wymore. It was plain. White walls, a single table, 2 chairs. On the table sat an object wrapped in black cloth. Beside it, a letter. Her name was written on the envelope in her own handwriting. She sat down, hands shaking, and opened the letter. "If you're reading this, then the trials have brought you here. This is the final truth. Not all memories were erased to protect you. Some were taken because they were too dangerous. The curse isn't only memory, it's what memory brings back. We weren't just remembering the past, we were keeping something alive." Her heart kicked against her ribs. She reached for the cloth, unwrapped it, a mirror, but not like the others. This one didn't show her reflection. It showed a girl in a different time, standing in a village square. Her hair was wild. Her eyes were full of fire. She looked like Evelyn, but she wasn't. She was screaming something at a crowd of people. The image rippled. Fire, rope, screams, then silence. Another image, a forest, moonlight, a woman with bleeding hands marking a tree with symbols. Evelyn knew those symbols. She'd drawn them as a child. She didn't know why. Then came the final image, a room. This room, the same table, the same mirror. And Evelyn, older, crying, writing the same letter she just read. The mirror went black. The door behind her locked shut. Then the voice came. Not from the mirror, not from the walls, but from inside her skull. "You remember now, all of it. The curse isn't yours, it's you. You are the memory passed down. You're not just heir to Wymore, you're its anchor." She backed away from the table, breath hitching in her throat. "No," she whispered, "this isn't real." But it was. The memories that flooded her now didn't belong to one life. They belonged to many, generations. She saw through the eyes of women who had walked through war, plague, fire, who were hunted, cursed, silenced, and all of them, everyone, had left a piece of themselves behind in her. "We didn't erase your memories," the voice said. "We buried them until you were strong enough, and now you are. But it comes with a cost." "What cost?" she choked. "To inherit the house is to carry the weight. You become the vault, the guardian. If you walk out now, everything disappears. The house will fall, the memories will scatter, the curse will move on." Evelyn collapsed to the floor, hands over her face. She saw her mother now, clearly. A woman with trembling hands and hollow eyes. She had tried to shield Evelyn from this, fought it until it broke her. And her father, he hadn't just drunk to forget. He drunk because he remembered. They had tried to keep her safe, but blood never forgets. The door creaked open behind her. The old woman was there again, her voice softer now. "This is the choice. Stay and bear it, or walk away and forget again." Evelyn stared at her. "And if I forget, you'll live a peaceful life. You'll never know this place existed, but the curse will search for another to hold it. Another like me." The old woman didn't answer. Evelyn stood. Her body felt like stone. Every step toward the door was harder than the last. She looked back once, at the mirror, the letter, the black cloth. She crossed the threshold. "Wait," the old woman said. "Before you choose, there's one last memory." She reached into her pocket and handed Evelyn a locket. Inside was a picture. Evelyn as a baby, her mother holding her. Behind them in shadow, a figure barely visible, watching. A man with black eyes, the same eyes from the mirrors, the same from her dreams. He was the first, the old woman said. He cursed us, because we remembered what he did. Every time we forget, he fades. But when we remember, he grows stronger. We've kept him buried in memory. You are the last wall. Evelyn clutched the locket to her chest. She could walk. Let someone else carry it. Or, she turned, walked back inside. The door closed. Outside, the woods grew still. The estate would remain. And Evelyn Dorn, heir of memory, anchor of the curse, sat once more at the table, a blank page before her, preparing for the next letter, for the next Dorn, for the next trial.